Hi and welcome to Birds of Bottle.
We've got a thing about wine.
And we want you to have a thing about wine too.
And, as you can see, the sun has got his hat on.
Yay!
So we are choosing wines to go with barbecues.
Now here in the UK, a lot of us make barbecuing a last minute decision, don't we? Just because of the weather.
Yeah. Or you plan it ahead and you risk it all going horribly wrong.
Well, whatever the weather we're doled out this summer, we've found you some wines to accompany your char-grilled grub.
Our first wine is Bellingham, the Bernard series, Whole Bunch, Roussanne 2010, which is $10.99 in Sainsbury's.
Bit of a mouthful.
It is a bit of a mouthful. Oh, looks like it's going to be a bit of a mouthful as well.
It does, doesn't it?
Lovely golden colour.
Now, when you're talking about wines for a barbecue, what you need is something that's going to be full of flavour, don't you? The best wines, if you're looking at wine, is something ripe, something with lots of flavour, that's from the south, spicy, rich, that's what you want.
Yeah, something light and refreshing actually isn't going to cut the mustard, or the piccalilli for that matter.
Yeah.
Look at that beautiful golden colour. It smells beautiful, doesn't it?
There's a hint of honey on the nose, spicy notes, so you're going to get that spice that you need.
Yeah, I think even if you have people around who aren't in the least bit interested in wine, they will think, ooh, what's this?
And generally, Roussanne is a food wine, isn't it?
That's lovely. It's got just a hint of prickle, hasn't it? But it is rich and full, and there's a lot. It's not sweet at all.
No, it's sweetness of fruit, isn't it? And it's going to wrap around loads of those different barbecue flavours.
It's savoury.
Yeah, you really do need something with some punch to stack up, don't you?
Yeah, absolutely. God, that's really good.
Now, you obviously don't always have to spend this much money on a bottle of wine for your barbecue. But if you want to impress and a lovely drink to start with, this is the way to go.
Even before the food, this would work beautifully.
Would be gorgeous.
Yeah, it's gorgeous. Imagine yourself. I'm imagining myself sitting outside on a balmy evening with a hint of smoke and grilled meat on the air, nibbling on some gorgeous little snacks and drinking a glass of this.
What more could you want?
What more could you want?
The trouble is, the reality here is more likely what happens at our house, which is my husband under a big umbrella outside, raindrops coming down onto the char-grilled barbecue.
Sizzling.
Sizzling away, and everyone huddling inside waiting for the food.
Yeah, that's England for you.
We are moving on to a red for our next wine, and we've got this finest La Francese Montepulciano d'Abruzzo. It's 2011 vintage, and it's available in Tesco at $7.99.
If you haven't tried Montepulciano d'Abruzzo, I know the name's a little bit long, but it's really good for just this sort of thing, isn't it?
Yes. You know, a little bit rustic maybe, but lots of flavour again to stand up to the food.
I mean, the first smell that you get is sort of cherries. It's
cherries.
A fruity nose.
It is, definitely.
Like sour cherries, you know, sort of sour. I would think a sour cherry yoghurt, but I think sour cherries in all sorts of things.
Yeah, but appealing, definitely appealing.
And it is quite rustic.
You've got some nice acidity there.
Yeah,
it's
a barbecue wine.
Yeah, it's a barbecue wine. It's going to stand up to food in the way that it needs to, because again, you know, this is from the south, and you've got hot region, you've got ripe flavours.
Yeah.
A little bit of a herbal note going towards the end.
Yeah.
But again, that will go with your herbs and stuff like that.
It's refreshing.
It's
a nice little wine.
It is.
Yeah, delicious. Now, Sandra and I have slightly different approaches to barbecuing.
Yes, I'm a bit of a one to sort of organise things weeks in advance, you know, phone people up, put it in the diary.
Yeah, whereas I call people on the day. As soon as I see a big yellow sun over Gloucester on the forecast maps, I'm on the phone.
Yeah, now, I can have the salads ready, can't I? I can have the beers chilled, I can have the meat marinated, but at the end of the day, prior preparation and planning prevents poor performance, just doesn't apply to British barbecues, does it?
Certainly not.
For our next red, we've got this Le Sanglier Sauvage 2011, which is available from Virgin Wines at $9.99.
And a sanglier is the French wild boar. And I don't know if it's word association, but when I see this, I just want to slap a wild boar steak on the barbie.
Yeah, I guess it is. I mean, sometimes you want to do something more adventurous, don't you, than just bangers and burgers and make it a bit special. I mean, I like to chuck on a whole fish, slashed with sea salt, some herbs. Oh, the smell of the skin when you're char grilling it.
Delicious. Oh. This smells lovely. It is quite herbal.
It is. This is from Languedoc again, so you've got that sort of ripe southern French flavour, haven't you?
Oh, it's really well. I mean, we've got some lovely flowers behind us, giving off all sort of, got a daphne, absolutely throwing a beautiful sort of jasmine-like smell. But this wine is really aromatic.
Again, you've got ripeness, you've got freshness too.
Yeah, juicy
That's
fruit.
Work really kind of caught my throat a little bit.
Gulping too fast, Sandra.
Yeah, absolutely.
But it's herbal and fresh. It's not a stonking blockbuster.
No,
it's a food
it's
wine.
not. Yeah,
It's, really.
and not too much sweetness either. It's really, really attractive wine, and this is just going to work again with all your mix of stuff, isn't it?
Yeah,
It
completely.
really will. Now the trouble with English barbecues is that the weather can be great during the day and the early evening, and then suddenly the temperature just drops, doesn't it?
Yeah, and while we all love the idea of still being out at midnight, perhaps in just a t-shirt, in reality, it's often someone who's either thinking or saying, "Can we go inside yet?" Our last wine is the Zeltzer Shiraz Grenache Viognier 2011 vintage, which is $7.49 at the Co-op.
Now this is another South African like the white we showed you. Again, you're going to have that nice ripe fruit, aren't you? You're going to have spice in this wine and a bit of sweetness too, which is going to again work with all those flavours in barbecues.
Yeah, there's much more New World flavour. It's
Yeah.
not an absolute blockbuster wine, but it's
No, but you can smell the sort of ripeness, can't you, coming out the glass? Very sort of sweet fruit.
yeah. Now Zeltzer do other wines. It's quite a big brand, but this one is exclusive to the Co-op.
Oh,
And I remember when we tasted it, thinking, "Whoa, that's fantastic!"
it's really savoury. You've got the spice and you've got the fruit,
It is.
but it's really savoury at the same time.
It's a
isn't
sort
it?
of slightly oaky taste without being over oaky.
Yeah.
Absolutely perfect for barbecues.
Yeah, because it's still actually quite refreshing, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a heavy wine, it's just for full flavoured wine.
It's quite Moorish.
It is very
Do you know,
Moorish.
it's lovely.
Yeah.
Isn't it, really?
Yeah, actually belies its price, I think.
$7.49.
Yeah.
Bonkers. Absolutely bonkers. Well,
I think, that we British, generally, we excel, don't we, at making the most of what we've got.
yes.
We'll bung on some fleeces, we'll fire up the patio heater,
Yeah.
we'll, run for cover in the event of rain, if that's what it takes to have a barbecue.
Yeah. But when it does go right, isn't it the most marvellous feeling? And when that happens, we have something that poor old Australians don't have.
What's that?
Well, we have this sort of smugness that we got the weather right.
Oh yeah, of course. Well, enjoy the sun, enjoy
Yeah.
the barbecue, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.